Bullish charts and trade talk catalysts. Well, technically he's live from Manchester, but you guys get the deal. It's the UK, regardless, United Kingdom. So Sally, talk to me. The talk of the town this week have been XRP and ETH charts looking bullish. First, XRP specifically, the first flashes were this past Monday. Indicators were going crazy. Then they had a little short-term Elon Musk and President Trump chatter that kind of temporarily crashed the market. It was telling everybody, calm down, don't freak that out. I was just reacting. But XRP
Mhm.
also flashed again yesterday, and that's when they healed the fact that, as you know, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is finishing up their spring sprint to crypto clarity is upcoming Monday, Monday 9th. And then I believe the 17th of June, we also have the potential Franklin Templeton ETF approval. I have a theory that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission was trying to finish their spring sprint to crypto clarity before they approve any cryptocurrencies that besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are already on, the stock markets in the US. And XRP a few weeks ago went on, well, almost a month ago, wow, 3 weeks ago, went live on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is usually precedes it, any cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, Ethereum did it first before going live in the stock market to ETF. So tell me the charts. You had said the charts looking bullish. Right now, what are the charts telling you for a week from now for XRP, which is basically after the next meeting, the last meeting of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, and 2 weeks from now, after we have a potential approval? Right now, Polymarket at over 92%. What are your charts telling you for XRP next week and going in the next 7 days and next 14 days?
Yeah, so obviously, as what I tend to do is like I usually look at like the history of the charts of it. So I basically look at how it's like performing from past experiences, and then when you look at things with the indicators, uh, uh, it's more or less like you make approximation of how much it would reach, but at the moment, from what I'm seeing, it's just been like a lot of resistance. So the prices have been like capped at roughly 27.70 dollars for ETH, and this net hasn't and has like
You're talking about
struggled to
XRP,
break
right? You're
past
talking
that
about
line.
sorry, 1 second. You're talking about XRP, right?
For Ethereum.
Oh, I told you to talk about XRP first. XRP next seven
Oh,
days, and then
sorry, yeah.
XRP 14
My bad.
days.
Let's go to that one then. Yeah. Okay. So at the moment, then obviously, from the past few days, the lowest it's been to was just over $2,000. But at the moment, in terms of its pricing, it would go up to.
Oh,
I
by
would
the
probably
way, I
say
have to make a
if it.
disclaimer. 1 second, 1 second. Sully, one second. Disclaimer. Sully is kind of glitchy. He's AI Sully today. Number one, we could pretend that he's AI and he's not real. Number two, none of what we say is financial advice. Do not buy, sell, swap, or send anybody any crypto based on what we're about to say in the next 5 minutes. And hello, good morning to Ed, Win, and Chelsea. So now we're going to talk about XRP first, and we're going to talk about ETH, and we're going to talk about catalysts that we're seeing for the next couple of weeks. Just to reiterate, for XRP specifically, we have the spring sprint to crypto clarity that ends this week, this upcoming Monday, which the Securities and Exchange Commission for the U.S. they've had meetings every month, I believe. They've had four. Well, they've had three. The last one is tomorrow. And then we have a potential, not 100% sure, Franklin Templeton XRP approval on the 17th, I believe. And I'm saying that it's very likely because one, Polymarket's going crazy. It's like a 92% right now approval this year by December. Two, the Securities and Exchange Commission meetings for clarity, crypto clarity, done. Three, and last, Chicago Mercantile Exchange listed XRP a few weeks ago, which it usually what they do that listed on Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They did it for Bitcoin and Ethereum before the Securities Exchange Commission gives the okay, puts the hammer down and says, crypto, you can now be on the stock market.
Mhm.
Now, Sully, based on these factors, 7 days from now, I want the XRP price based on the catalyst and the charts specifically. You're a charts guy, right? Charts tell us the
Yeah.
short term to long term story. We had the indicators flash again this past Monday. We had Thursday go a little crazy with Trump versus Elon battle. And then we had the indicators to buy flash again yesterday. These are my personal indicators. I take the risk. I'm not saying anybody watching this now live or watching it later on today or this week to do anything, buy or sell based on our analysis. Now, 7 days from now, so let's take it step by step. 7 days from now, what is XRP telling you? Use normal English. Most people don't read charts. Just tell me in
Yeah,
normal
sure.
English what it means in 3 or 4 sentences, please. Go ahead. XRP the next seven
Yeah,
days.
so yeah, I'm just having a quick look now. Then, so basically, if at the moment it's currently saying it's going down. However, I'll just say that so in terms of the price right now, actually, so I'd say if it was doing well, it could probably go up to 23.14 from next week, as it's like potential
XRP.
for XRP. Yes.
So $2. We have to explain this in normal American mathematical
Oh,
English.
sorry. Yeah.
$2.30. $2.30. 7 days from now. Where is the
Sorry.
price
Yeah.
right now?
$2.34. Yes.
Okay, and what is the price right now currently?
It's $2.18.
Oh, it actually recovered pretty well. Okay, so that's next week. This is in a bull scenario. Now, in a bull scenario, right, assuming there's no black swan events, 2 weeks from now, 14 days, this is after a potential, let's say that the XRP ETF gets approved for Franklin Templeton, we see on the stock market.
Mm.
What is the potential bullish cloud? So 7 days from now, you predict best case scenario, $2.34. This is $2.18 right now.
Mm.
Okay, 14 days from now,
So if things go well and reach that price, then I believe it go up to $2.41
okay,
for the next factor.
$2.31. That's not bad at all, especially if you put in
Yeah.
$10, right? You get like $3 or $4. You made like, well, no,
Mm.
sorry, $2. You put $100, you made $20. It's not bad at all. Okay, so 7 days from now, you're predicting if everything goes well, we don't go into World War III. 2018 cents 7 days from now, 2041 cents 2 weeks from now. Okay, now let's look at Ethereum. We're switching
Okay.
over. Ethereum, what we've seen in black. While you're looking at that, analyze that chart first before you answer. I'll set the backdrop.
Okay.
Ethereum has begun its rotation. Usually in the crypto markets, what you see is first, Bitcoin runs first. We've seen this. Then Ethereum runs. So people are taking Bitcoin profits, rotating to Ethereum. Most altcoins, traditionally, especially the top 100, most are on the Ethereum blockchain. So when Ethereum runs, all basically altcoin season begins in the traditional sense, which is mostly Ethereum and Ethereum based altcoins. Then after that, we start going into other altcoins, the Solanas, traditionally again the XRPs, the Trons, anything that's not based on Ethereum starts to run after that. So what we're seeing now is Bitcoin rotation going into Ethereum. We're seeing this with BlackRock, professional money, institutional investors are starting to buy Ethereum. We're starting to see rumblings of the flippening in the sense that more people will start, professional investors are going to go into Ethereum versus Bitcoin because there's more profits to be made. It's much smaller market cap at the moment. So $100 million, $1 billion into Ethereum can move the price way higher than Bitcoin. For Ethereum specifically, the next 7 days, first of all, where's Ethereum price right now? So answer that question. What's the price right now?
So it's $2,512 as of right
Okay.
now.
And 7 days from now, best case scenario, what do you see?
The best case scenario, I'd say that it would reach $2,602 as a best case
Oh,
scenario.
7 days from now.
Yeah. Or actually, a quick look. Actually, no, a second. No bad. Sorry, no, $2,551. Yeah,
That's
growth
6 days
from
from now. 7 days from now.
yeah, yeah. And then if it
$1,551.
does really good, 14 days from now, then it would probably reach $2,673. $2,673.
2,673. Alrighty. So it looks pretty positive for the most part. But again, these charts are trending negative right now because of the market sentiment and also because it's the weekend. So things could change. But we love having these on Saturdays. So the meeting in London, Sully, have you heard about the meeting in London?
The what? Oh, the what in London?
Meeting in London, yes, in your country.
No, I
It's
haven't
coming
actually.
Monday. Okay, so President Trump announced yesterday. It was very bullish news. We said bullishly that The trader, because he put on they found out China lied 2 weeks ago, about a week and a half ago. So he put the taxes back on China. So what happened
Okay.
yesterday was that Trump said they had a great call with President Xi on Thursday. So last night, Friday, he announced that Monday, the Trade Representative and Secretary of Commerce of the United States of America, well, sorry, not Secretary of Commerce, Secretary, whatever, Secretary of the Treasury, I believe it is, and the American Trade Representative are going to meet with the Chinese counterparts in London. So, and he also said that the talks are very advanced. This means that it's very, very, very bullish news. So, assuming this is bullish news, we come out of there with another agreement, and we say, listen, tax cuts are suspended, or we're going to reduce them until like August or September while we talk this out. Do you see Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high for the month of June? Do you still see? Because the last time we talked, the charts were telling you in June, we're going to see $1,222. I understand the chart's all over the place right now. We're trending negative technically. Actually, we're trending upwards today, surprisingly. We're back
Mm.
at 1,500. I think a little higher than when we last talked. Do you see Bitcoin hitting the magical $1,222, or do you think this is altcoin season?
What is that for ETH? You're saying 2000?
Bitcoin. 1,005. Sorry, 100. I meant 1.5. $100,500.
Yeah, so it's $105,000 right now, and you're basically saying if it's going to reach 115, is that what you're saying there?
Well, you
Or
said last week you said 122,000 was going to be. It looked really bullish. You said so. You still think it's going to hit $122,000 by the end of this month?
not at this moment, because there's a lot of like volatility. Um, so
Well, not at this moment. I'm
but
talking about like looking a week or two in the future. Especially if we have a good meeting on London. If we have a good meeting in London on Monday, obviously you know what's going to happen, right? It's going to pop.
I see. So I don't think it might not reach it just yet. It'll be a while at the moment because of this recent changes
So for the
with
next 2 weeks, you do
Bitcoin.
not
Yeah.
see it hitting $122,000. Okay, where do you see Bitcoin? Okay, assuming this happens, what do you see Bitcoin hitting the next 7 days and then the next 14 days? I understand based on current trends
So
can change quickly. They could change tomorrow. They could change tomorrow morning. They could change tomorrow evening when the Asian markets open. But what are you seeing right now?
mm, so what I'm seeing right now is if it does go well at the moment, then it will reach $107,000 in the next 7 days.
Okay.
And if it does better than that in the future, then it would go up to $109,000 like in the next 14 days. That's
Okay,
what
so
I
it's still
see from
positive.
that point.
Okay, so as you know, the UK and India, they are basically saying, listen, we're going to cut these interest rates. The banks printing the money, making the money printer go brrr. That means more people can take out loans if the interest rates are cut. India, huge economy. We know that. Fourth biggest economy in the
Mm,
world. EU as a whole, probably the biggest economy in the world. The United States is not cutting interest rates. I do not think they'll cut this month because I believe that the job numbers are strong, with whatever that means. And this is the reality. Unemployment rates in the United States are bullshit. They tell you unemployment rates, but it's basically for the people that have been unemployed for the past 6 months. If you've been unemployed for over 6 months, you're not counted. So we're much higher than
mm,
usual. Everything is coming in lower than expected in terms of inflation as well. Inflation is lowering. However, the United States, despite that, does not want to cut interest rates. President even Trump is even saying, listen, all the other countries in the world are cutting interest rates. U.S. must cut interest rates. We're the biggest economy, money market in the world. However, M2 is still increasing. Again, other countries are cutting interest rates. The U.S. is not. The whole world as a whole has more money than the United States. So, based on this, do you think, based on your predictions, that the M2 money
yeah.
supply is still going to increase in the summer? And if so, what does that mean? The M2 money supply. Do you need to bring it up, the M2 money supply, or no?
Um, so isn't that like the overall supply for
Money in the
the
world.
amount into oh yeah, you'd have to remind me, but obviously I've heard of it and stuff, but you'd have to remind me of
It
what
just
that was
basically
again.
means the amount of money. Like when people take out loans, that increases the amount of money. So usually when you cut
Oh,
interest
okay.
rates, it means that you're paying back a lower rate in the loan. So M2 is still going up worldwide. but we're not getting interest rates in the US. So obviously it's not going up as high as we'd like it to be. But if the M2 trend persists, basically the M2, we just saw it go down a little bit for the beginning of June. It's actually going to spike up
Yeah.
again for July and August. So
So
where do you?
so just to clarify on that, then obviously if the interest rates are going lower, then that means the economy is not doing as well. Is that right?
It doesn't necessarily mean that. It means that the government that if let's say take the UK, if the UK cuts interest rates, it means that it wants people to take out loans at a lower interest rates, especially businesses, to create more jobs. It doesn't necessarily mean it's doing poorly at the moment. It just means that they think that they need to stimulate the economy to get it in better shape, usually to create more jobs. A
Yeah.
lot of this money goes into stocks as well. Nowadays, a lot of it's going into gold, into crypto. This is why M2 money supply gold usually goes up before crypto goes up. If you notice the past few months, gold has been hitting all-time highs. Now, a lot of that money is being sold out of gold and put into Bitcoin. Assuming that M2 money supply
Mm.
goes up for the next 2 months, do you see a summer low specifically? Usually, selling may go away. Do you see July, August being dead if M2 money supply is increasing?
So I'd say it's a little bit soon to predict in that one, because obviously I have to research a bit more about the M2 money supply and how that affects the market more. So not something I have the answer to at the moment.
Let's
Maybe in
title
the
it
future, but
when you make the schedule for next Saturday, title it M2 money supply and global effects. Okay, we're gonna do M2 money supply on top of charts, and we're gonna use AI to analyze everything because I think that this is a small channel, but we can predict trends better than bigger channels because bigger channels all they want to do is see clicks. That's all they want, make money. We are already good. We're
yeah,
making money. We don't need to be doing this on social media. We're just doing this as a vlog of our lives and
of course.
to help people that actually give a shit about making money in crypto, short term and long term. You know, I'm a medium term guy. However,
Yeah.
short term is important and long term is important too. So I just want to let you know this. This is new for you. So I wrote an article entitled "Stand with Crypto." Well, no, it wasn't. Sorry, it was like Ocean State, something Rhode Island. One of the states in America is falling behind. Trying to encourage the crypto people there and the community to encourage the politicians to pass pro crypto legislation. But that being said, this past week we just had an event called Stand with Crypto in New Jersey, and we're having an event upcoming Stand with Crypto in NYC. Specifically, the reason we did this was first off, in New Jersey they have gubernatorial races, people running for governor. We had a Democrat one and a Republican one. So this is for the primaries coming up this upcoming Tuesday. Basically, talk about why we should vote for them and how they're pro crypto. And on June 18th, we're having one in NYC, New York City, for the next mayor's race also this year. Stand with Crypto sponsoring it. We're gonna have the mayors, probably one from the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, usually only one or two. The pro crypto ones are gonna go and speak. We're also having this expansion from Stand with Crypto into the UK, Canada, Australia. Last month, they updated to Australia on the website. This month, they updated to the UK and Canada. So once they're done here, the next elections, brother, in your country, the UK, Canada, Australia, you guys are going to be doing the same thing we're doing. So we're going crypto
Yeah,
worldwide, bro. So people are going to be
of
investing
course.
in
Yeah.
this asset class. This girl that is really cool. She's been attending our events. She works for her father's company, who's hates crypto, thinks it's a scam. She's attending more and more of these events. And you know, after her father retires, she's the person taking over the family company. You see this with Warren Buffett. He's stepping down. The person that's taking over is younger person, Gen Xer
Mm.
slash millennial. He's in that age range. Warren Buffett, listen to this, especially if you listen to this chat. Warren Buffett did things that his mentor, who passed away, who was much older than him, would not do. Warren Buffett said, I'm going to take this investment thesis, I'm going to invest in tech stocks. The older generation before him would not invest in tech stocks. They didn't see any value in them. Sound familiar? Now
Oh
we're
yeah,
seeing that Warren Buffett is passing the baton towards the next generation and maybe this next generation, especially with all the increased policies, positive policies on the United States side, the legitimization of this market is going to boom, boom, boom. I honestly I'm predicting here right now, Warren Buffett, the biggest investment firm in the world, Berkshire Hathaway, by the end of 2026, they will invest a large portion of their wealth into Bitcoin and crypto. With that being said, brother, I'm going to catch up on some business here on the crypto side of things. We're going to be
Yeah,
watching the
sure.
stand up crypto here at the Puerto Rican Day Parade tomorrow, the world famous Puerto Rican Day Parade. I have it here
Right.
on the back. But with that being said, I have to get going so I can get hop onto these calls, do this remote video, and get on with our lives. All right. Talk to you later, brother. Have a
Yeah,
good day.
sure. No
And with
problem.
that being
Bye.
said, upward. Okay, go to the little person. Want to say to you, hey, hi, AI Sully, upwards and onwards. Salute.